turn the page and we see Kid Phoenix telekinetically yeeting himself across the city. Can I get a plus freak roll?
Yeah, of course. I intend to use my powers a lot. So it's an 8 plus freak. Okay, so 9.
Okay. You have a couple of moments where you like misjudge and almost hit something, but you don't totally eat it in front of anybody, so it's fine.
I'm glad that like I'm keeping up appearances. Yeah, I arrive at the Roost, which is like the high-tech facility that the Phoenix has.
Yeah.
And it's a public building, like it's well known. It's like very obvious where it is. But I kind of fling myself onto like the landing pad on the roof. And for the first time, I think, since the day started, I kind of let out a big sigh of relief. Like no one's looking at me or giving me like specific judgments based on who I am and what I'm doing. And I take off my mask and I start to take this moment to walk around the little landing area and make sure that I'm enjoying my quiet moments before I have to like actually head inside.
Yeah, have to actually go talk to your dad, who you know he's waiting up for you to hear how it went.
Yeah, and I think I finally steel myself and dust the costume off a little bit, take off the jacket, put it in a little cubby, and take off the mask, and change into like regular civilian clothes.
Yeah, there's like a little changing room.
Yeah, and I head downstairs. I grab some med packs on the way down too and put them in, like I have a little messenger bag I have probably, so I grab some med packs to distribute later. But I head down to talk to my father.
I haven't like decided yet. What do you think the Phoenix looks like? Actually, what is the Phoenix's actual name?
Oh, I like Trevor. I feel like that's a good like, just specific enough. With enough hard consonants that it's like a dad name. But also like not what I would expect.
I was gonna say Felix.
Felix. I like that too. Felix the Phoenix. Yeah, no, I like Phoenix more. Or Felix more.
See?
So, you are the only one that he has told this to, Marcus. The reason he went with Phoenix is because someone thought when he was introducing himself that was what he said. So it's just like, yes, I am Phoenix. Back when he was just a kid hero still figuring things out.
Ah, that's perfect. Yeah, so kind of, obviously he's not that kid hero anymore.
No, he's basically Superman level.
Yeah, when I arrive, I'm pretty tense because I know it's like a conversation is about to happen and it's about how did you do? Did you connect with others or all that good fun hero stuff of like, are you being a good example for the people around you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, back from the gala that was not a gala. It was secretly like a training exercise thing.
As you walk in, he's in there just jeans and a t-shirt sitting there looking like he's about to vibrate out of his chair. He's so excited for you to be back because, as I mentioned, he's been trying to not let anything slip for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah, because he knew the whole time.
But he's not supposed to say anything, and you also know he is gonna have no involvement with it, just because, well, no direct involvement with any sort of evaluations or anything. Like, he can give feedback. They keep parents uninvolved with the kids' progress, just so there can't be claims of favoritism, because there were issues with that in the kind of distant past, and it got a little messy, so just best to try and keep things as unbiased as possible.
I fully believe it.
He's beaming when you come back. So how'd it go?
I mean, I moved all the civilians and made sure they were safe. Next time I probably won't put them in a singular room. I should probably find a way to get them out of the building, but we were on a time crunch. I was able to lead and delegate effectively. the other two went downstairs. They faced a lot of pressure, but they were able to handle it well. I like them. I think they're good at what they do, even if, I mean, I knew one of them before, but like, regardless, it was okay. I don't know. I was expecting it to be something where I would mess it up, but now I handled it. I think I'm getting stronger with my powers. That might be what's going on.
I feel like at this point he just rushes forward and bear hugs you.
Oh.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do well. So, did you manage to beat all of them? You said it was in a hotel, right?
Yeah, I went upstairs and they went downstairs to defuse the devices, and I went upstairs to stop the bomb. We did good. No casualties.
Nicely done. Most people don't catch the secondary power source.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one they were going to be giving you, but I'm familiar with some of the scenarios. So proud of you. Just continuing to bear hug, and then realizes he's probably smothering, and just like,
yep,
hands on shoulders, steps back.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good to know that I'm doing good. I don't know. I was fully expecting it to be really different with other folks, but I was kind of like slipping into a comfortable pattern. Like, oh yeah, I do this hero stuff. That's just you weren't there, so it was a little different. Not different, bad, just different.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I probably should have had you working with others sooner. Apologies for that, but I'm glad to hear you're doing on. Glad to hear you found people you work well with. That's really important. It took me forever to find people I could work with.
Yeah, I mean, Scarlet Sentinel and Glider. They kind of complement, because like, obviously have the telekinesis, but Scarlet Sentinel's got the strength and the brains to like really do good tactical decision making, and then Glider's really, really fast and really enthusiastic. So like, whatever's going on, Glider's got like the confidence to like handle it.
He's nodding like he's vaguely aware of who these people are.
Hey, Dad, if I had a weird question, like, do you think you could answer it?
I'll try my best. You know you can ask me anything.
This isn't like a parent, like, how do relationships work type question. It's not one of those.
I kind of picture he like pulls you over, y'all both like sit down.
Yeah. Something different happened when I used my powers today.
How so?
It was a lot stronger. I mean, normally I can lift around my weight and I can fling myself with some force, and like I can go over that weight occasionally, but you know, there's like limitations and stuff, and I can't maintain a hold on a lot of things at the same time. But I was able to hold all of the mannequins down all at once, and I've never been able to do that before. But something kind of felt off in my stomach, and I don't really know what I saw, but it felt like my telekinesis was a little bit more tangible. Like, I think I saw hands holding down the mannequins.
He was just nodding along, smiling, like, yeah. You see a little thought bubble? Yeah, stressful situations will bring out new tricks every time, but you mentioned the hands. And the thought bubble was just, uh-oh. I mean, sometimes in stressful situations, powers will evolve, or things that you could always do but didn't know you could do will pop up. The hands thing sounds a little different, but sometimes people's powers just manifest differently.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. I know our powers are really different, so I wouldn't know if maybe this is something you'd know about. But yeah, maybe it's just some weird new thing that might happen sometimes.
Yeah, it could be, or it could just be a one-time fluke.
Oh, okay. I mean, I hope I can get to a point where I can hold down multiple people at once. Eventually.
Oh, that part, absolutely. I was talking about the weird hand things. Sometimes powers will briefly manifest weird. Did I ever tell you about the one time I controlled electricity?
No, I didn't know you could do that.
I normally can't. It was weird.
Oh, was it like a radiation thing, or like you reacted to some minerals or something?
Those are possibilities I've considered. It hasn't we haven't been able to recreate it yet. So I'm not entirely sure. But sometimes your powers will just manifest in a way that's like a little bit to the left of what they normally do.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. Telekinesis, creepy hands. Yeah.
Meta comment. Remind me again what Kid Phoenix knows at this point about his origin story.
Kid Phoenix does not know. At least, I'm pretty sure. I did not discuss... Yeah, no, Kid Phoenix doesn't know. I think in the first session we talked about, like, he's not aware in the slightest that
Yeah.
regular Phoenix is not his dad. And I don't think...
I think you're aware that you're adopted. I don't think you know the full story of how you were adopted.
Yeah. I don't really know much about my birth family, and it hasn't really come up as something that I've been interested in. More so because this is my family. If there was another one, it's not something that like Marcus has given too much thought to. Just because it opens up a lot of existential questions that he's not necessarily ready to dig into.
Yeah. Felix has made it clear, like, you can ask him anything. He may not always have the answers, but you can ask him or talk to him about anything. He's also definitely probably messed up a couple of conversations.
Yeah.
He's had a couple screw-ups as a dad, but he tries, and that's the important part.
For sure.
Let's just keep an eye out if that keeps happening. It'd be a new ability, or... Yeah, just keep an eye out.
Okay, I'll keep track.
And tell me about these friends of yours.
So, I mean, you know a little bit about Scarlet Sentinel. We were online friends before. This is like our first official thing after the Fumigator. And Glider, I don't actually know anything about her civilian-wise, except for that her dad works at a Foot Locker, I think. Or maybe that part was, like, just an example.
Subterfuge.
I'm trying to respect, everyone's preferences. Not everybody has a direct family line, so it's kind of pointless for me to have a secret identity.
Yeah, everyone's got their own approach to this whole hero thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got a good group. It fades as you continue talking. And then eventually you go do your patrol, drop the med pack off outside of Scarlet Sentinel's window. You can hear the Fate snoring from inside. And you see the cat pop up and immediately start staring at the thing that's on my window.
I left a little note. Good luck with your training and stuff, because I know you train very...
Vigorously.
Vigorously, yeah.
Diligently.
Yeah, diligently, that's a good word for it. That's not a word Marcus would remember at the time, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know you take your training very seriously. So I leave those behind. I go to a park bench in the part of town that Glider said was like relevant, and I leave it taped underneath.
The endless cul-de-sacs.
Yeah. I feel like when you text Glider, you do briefly wake up and just like sneak out and rush to get in and rush back.
I do.
And then pass back out again. Because you're still tired.
Yeah, during patrol, I'm gonna try to manifest the hands again. Because I'm pretty convinced it's not just a fluke. It felt normal, it felt correct, it felt like an extension of what I could already do.
Roll to use your power. Picture, like, on your patrol you find, like little kind of corner area where, not a lot of people will see you, but there's, like, enough light where you can see if something's happening.
Yeah. Alright, I rolled an 8.
And what do you picture you're doing as you're trying to manifest the hands?
So, when it happened the first time, I think Marcus was definitely like, oh, this is way more people than I normally have to handle. I don't normally do crowd control. I do, like, one-on-one fights. I have to, like, pull out all the stops and, like, use everything, because I need to make sure that all these civilians are safe. I was taking it very seriously. And I think I'm already pretty tired. So one of the things I noticed is that using it that way did tire me out a lot, but it also kind of affected my mood a little bit and made me a little bit more aggressive. So I'm trying it again, but I'm already pretty tired. And one of the things on my Doom track is if I'm overexerting myself, it pushes forward on the Doom track. So if you would like, I can mark 1 on the Doom track and move closer as I try to exert my powers in that way.
Yeah, I think it's a little early for that.
Oh, I have a lot of space. Like, every time I fill it up, I get a new spooky thing.
Oh.
But I have to do that, like, 5 times before it becomes, like, my Doom arrives and I explode. So you can absolutely fill my Doom track if you wish.
Well, in that case, as the camera pans back, we see Kid Phoenix just, like, attempting to control multiple things and, like, trying to get that to come out, but you're able to mostly successfully, like, keep control of all of the things, and you just figure something is missing. But as the camera zooms back, we see there's something weird about your shadow.
Ooh.
After a while, you realize you're exhausted, your patrol time is wrapped up, and you have probably a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah. I guess it was a fluke. And I get up and instead of using my powers, I just end up taking like a little scooter or something.
Yeah. I picture there's like a little scooter service that's like specifically for heroes.
Yeah, I'm tired out. I feel like if I keep using them, I'm gonna end up flicking myself into a building, so I take the much less glamorous route home.
That would be very funny. Just
scooting through and your cape flowing behind you.
I don't have a cape, it's just the jacket.
Oh,
Camera cuts to like a bridge over a dark river and you just put by on the little scooter.
And my shadow has like 7 knives and 8 hands or whatever.
Normal nightmare shadow.
it's back to normal now.
Yeah.
From what you can tell. You never saw anything.
No, I missed it, but it felt weird.
Your reflection in the river below you, red eyes for the briefest of seconds.
Oh, for sure. But, you know, if I ever get the hands to manifest regularly, I think that might start Kid Phoenix down the road of, like, maybe changing a little bit of their identifiers.
Just a moment of, wait, who am I? Like, actually, what? I guess your ordinary day probably looks like more training.
Yeah, I think my ordinary day, I want to say I get, like, a small day off. And I use it to, like, research how to make friends at like, school settings, because it's not, like, how to make friends in college sort of thing. Like, because that's not something I've ever really had to do. I've had a lot of professional connections, and I've worked with other heroes in the past, but I've never been, like, in a space where it's, like, I don't go home to the roost every time. So I'm going through I'm watching, like, YouTube tutorials.
Roll plus mundane.
Yeah.
To see what quality of stuff you're finding.
You know what? Today's been decent rolls for me. I got a 10 plus 0.
Okay. The things you find are actually very helpful, very practical advice that walks you through a lot of interactions, how to, like, recognize certain patterns of behavior, body language. tricks that you can do to help when you're nervous, things you can do to like help remember people's names. Just you basically get several social skills you did not get in your
Yeah, social skills unlocked. I do still have to use them, which is the hard part, but I think I messaged the group chat, like, do I give off an intense presence? With, like, several question marks and, like, a little confused face emoji? Because I read in one of the articles that emojis put people, like, at ease.
I message back and I'm like, yeah, intensely cool.
Just kind of shrug, and I'm like, is that good or bad? Thank you. I will try to be more intense, question mark.
Madigan just texts back, "You're good. Don't worry about it."
I message a quick, like, it's mixed signals, but I think I'm getting what you're all saying.
So that does prove actually incredibly helpful, and also is basically like a couple free therapy sessions, essentially, is what you're getting.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty great.
The first 2 are free.
And then I imagine around dinner, your dad's been out and about, like, doing the hero stuff, and then when he comes back, he tosses an envelope onto the counter and says, "Well, look like you'll be going into work with me in the morning."
Huh. And I go over and I open the letter up.
Exact same message.
Yeah, I give him a quick look, like, and I earned this as me, right?
Oh, absolutely. I am not allowed to have anything to do with it at all unless they come for, like, questions on... Yeah, they keep me very separate.
Okay. Then I will see you at work, Phoenix. And I do a little salute.
He does it back. "I'll see you at work, kid."
Hmm.
And I think that is the end, but we do see a brief panel that goes back to when Marcus was attempting to get the hands to show back up again. The Phoenix was flying by and he stopped and he saw the shadow changing and just see the thought of, this isn't good. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this. And we'll see what happens next time on Queen City Supers. You have been listening to Queen City Supers, a graveyard tape side story using the game Masks. Masks: A New Generation is a superhero role-playing game in which a team of young heroes fights villains, saves lives, and tries to figure out who they are. Featuring Caitlin as Madigan, aka Scarlet Sentinel, the Janus. Jess as Bethany Bertolucci, aka Glider, the Beacon. Ian as Marcus, aka Kid Phoenix, the Doomed. And Brianna Jean as the Keeper and Producer.